Hello and welcome along to the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing League on the Project Cars 2 game, of course, as ever, in association with West Wales Karting, and a lot of the drivers have been back in action recently because it was round 1 of the 2021 Pembrokeshire Kart Championship, and you can see some of the drivers on track practicing probably for that, and it was one of our regular drivers in the PS4 League, Welsh Taff, who took the opening win there in the lightweights class, and also over on the Xbox platform it was Big Bad Wolf who took the win in the not so lightweights class. So congratulations to both of those and everyone else who competed. We're very much looking forward to the next round and all the other racing that's coming up at West Wales Karting. But here today, continuing with the Ford Pickup Challenge Championship that we're going on now. It's round 6, I believe. Yeah, round 6 at Ruapuna Outer Loop Circuit. We've seen some excellent racing at this track, in fairness, so far. On the Xbox platform, I think we've raced it possibly on the PS4 as well before, but these trucks will be certainly a different kettle of fish around here. Lucan McGee, the Scotsman, leads the way over Stuart Davis in the championship so far. Mike Gunnan is still third despite having absolutely horrendous luck. Let's see if it changes today for him. Pick Z is fourth there, just ahead of Icebreaker and Delboy, Matt, Monty, and the returning Alex Brown for this league as well to get in the mix. He hasn't been here for a while, so it'll be very interesting to see how he goes. So let's see what goes on here today now. 3 10-minute races as ever on the grid. It's Stuart Davis in third there behind Alex, and Mike as well there in second. And it's go here at Ruapuna, and Alex Brown is leading the way from pole position by the looks of it. Mike's down to third, Stuart's up to second. Where's Loopy? He's down in fifth at the moment. He's just ahead of Matt. Alex Brown still leading in that grey truck with the green wheels. That's very interesting look there for him. Oh, and a Stuart Davis round. He's had contact. Oh, he's just about hung onto the truck, but he's lost a lot of momentum now. Mike Gunnan's through on him. And there's Icebreaker now up into second place. So Mike Gunnan has a great start here up into third place. I think he was second actually, but he's at least now third ahead of his championship rivals. And Icebreaker goes through for the lead there on Alex Brown. Incredible manoeuvre from Icebreaker, really taking no prisoners. And Stuart Davis follows through. Oh, and Alex Brown's off on the grass. Where's Stuart gone? I think Stuart's off in the grass there, off and to the right. And that's Mike and Alex battling away and trading paint. And there's Lucan McGee now up into fourth. Matt's fifth. Where's Stuart? Stuart Davis. There he is. He's behind the red machine of Matt, so he really had a big moment there by the looks of it. And there's Mike tangling with Loopy McGee. Oh, and they've come together slightly, but they both carry on. That was very fortunate. They both carried on there, but they've lost a lot of time now to the top two cars. Icebreaker and Alex Brown are really away and barging wheels now. Stuart Davis and Matt, he was really forcing his way through there on Matt. The last corner is a very long last corner at the circuit as they come on now to complete the first lap here. And Stuart Davis flashing his way on the blue machine of Lucan McGee now, and you got the two main championship rivals just behind Mike in third. So this race is absolutely perfectly set up, isn't it, Ian?
It sure is. Kind of a chaotic start for Stuart Davis, one of the main championship protagonists. He's wide again here, but yeah, went a bit wide and had a bit of contact with Alex Brown. So yeah, he's been in awards the first few laps, but here are top three in the championship tight together. Oh, he's pushing out the inside, and that was quite a manoeuvre, quite a forceful pass on McGee there, but that's him got past his championship rivals. McGee carries on, and we've got Mike Gunning and Icebreaker getting into there. So Mike just pushing Icebreaker out of the way as he's carrying on. And
yeah, I think Icebreaker must have had a moment earlier on though, Ian. Sorry to cut in there, but he was sideways on the straight there, wasn't he, in the preceding straight? And Alex Brown's now in the lead, so incredible. Icebreaker down to fifth now.
Yeah, definitely. Just I think as you mentioned, I think Icebreaker just had a moment, and then as he was kind of recovering, he just Mike was just there and had a bit of contact, and then it's him getting underway again. But it's giving Alex Brown the break at the front here, and yeah, it's looking in a good position, all things considered. So he's not been in some of the previous races, so good break at the front from here.
Yeah, look at this now, the three championship contenders all battling with each other, and Mike really needs to make up ground on these other two if he's going to have a serious look in as we head towards the business end of the championship. Only a few more rounds after this one, of course. Well, still plenty of points on offer, but he really does need to start making an impact if he is to close the gap on those two, and he's doing a good job so far of keeping back Stuart Davis. So let's see if Lucan McGee can get in the mix now as well. Oh, he's losing the back end slightly there. Just about saves it. It's down the inside now with Stuart Davis. Incredible. The two championship rivals banging wheels again, and you can see how forceful they are on each other. They know every point counts here, and going down into the really twisty, oh no, sorry, we've been through that bit, coming around to the last couple of corners now. And what's this last corner like in these trucks? Do you have to drift them a bit to get them round there?
Yeah, you want to drift them around, carry a bit of speed, but you also want to kind of keep it tight so you're not running too wide and losing momentum. Because you want to kind of carry as much speed into this onto the main straight and then into the first corner. So it's really tricky part, as we've seen here with Stuart and on Mike. Just try to carry that speed in. Loopy kind of carry as much speed through, just drifting it a little bit, but also want to straighten up for this sort of back straight bit. So you don't want to be losing speed here. So yeah, it's a tricky balancing act, but they seem to be managed quite well. As they're all wide there from Stuart, but he's kept it going, but giving Loopy a bit of a run here, so we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, and Stuart Davis holding the inside line, so does well there to recover that one, and Luke McGee tried to go around the outside, but there's no room through here really. It's very twisty stuff indeed as they all come through that corner now cleanly, just about. Luke McGee nearly threw it on the grass there. He did throw it on the grass slightly, but thankfully these trucks aren't too bad on the grass, as Icebreaker has proved already, and I think Luke McGee is probably quite used to having a loose rear end to contend with after being stuck behind Icebreaker for so long in Barcelona a couple of rounds back.
Yeah, definitely be used to that, but be wanting to press on now that he's got his main championship rival just in front of him, so he won't be wanting to drop too far back. But yeah, they're still keeping together here. As you see, it's a bit wide from Stuart. Where's he going?
Oh, he's off. Yeah, he's off. I don't know what happened there, but Stuart Davis, second in the championship, he's just relinquished that position to Luke McGee, so he goes through up into third place. He's thrown away a podium there, unless he can catch him. It's still halfway to go in this race because we've already done half of it, and obviously, and then Alex Brown, no, he's still leading the way. Mike Gunnan is second, so Mike Gunnan's having a cracking race here. He's trying to catch Alex Brown. He's just hauled him slightly in on the last lap. By 4/10, 5/10, something like that. But Alex Brown, it's coming back into this championship, and suddenly he's leading a race that he hasn't been present for a while. What is this all about, Ian?
Yeah, it just goes to show Ruapuna is one of those circuits where you practice all you want, but nothing will prepare you to the madness of a Thursday night. And we're seeing it here with Alex Brown with this lack of practice is leading the way, and he's got a nice 2-second gap here. So. Yeah, just goes to show you can never quite predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, and that first corner is treacherous, isn't it? I mean, there's so much speed you're carrying in there to try and get the truck turned, and if you run a little bit wide there, you got that grass waiting to drag you wider and wider and wider, and you can see the wide open spaces here at Ruapuna, all those fields just waiting to catch you out, and the nature of the track here just seemed to be the case that the fields just drag you out wider and wider if you make a mistake, so it's quite punishing despite the walls not being so close. And do you get that impression from driving around here?
Yeah, definitely. There's the first two corners you want to you want to take with so much speed, and then there's other ones here that are like really tight, and you're just kind of like tiptoeing around them almost to get so you don't lose too much going wide. But yeah, there's definitely a bit to be gained in the first couple of corners just with carrying speed through. So drivers got to be careful of that, and then yeah, that it kind of opens up in the first half of the lap and then tightens up again before you get that run onto the main straight. So it's a balancing act all around for the drivers. So it's tricky for them.
Absolutely, and riding on the bumper now of Mike Gunnan in the green machine. He is third in the championship, and he needs to get all the points he can. He's ahead of the two ahead of him in the championship right now, and he's homing in on his target, Alex Brown, who's still leading the way. He's led the way for pretty much this whole race now. He'll only have another few laps to go if he can stay there to hang on for the win of this first of 10-minute races, of course. But we'll have to wait and see if he can deal with the pressure now of Mike Gunnan, who is certainly on a charge here. Oh, he's just lost the back end slightly there over the curb. You can see how hard he's pushing, and he's 1.5 seconds now. He got to within nearly a second of Alex Brown. He's dropped about 6 or 7 tenths though now, just from that one little error. So you can see it's all still to play for. It's very easy to make a mistake at this circuit, and don't count these guys out either, Luke McGee and Stuart. But it does seem to be the case that the two up ahead have got good pace over these two. We've seen races in this championship where it's just been a two-horse race between Stuart Davis and Luke McGee, but in this race you've got Alex Brown and Mike, who have got really serious pace at this track. Yeah,
definitely. I think Stuart's had a couple of offs as well, so that's dropped him down. and McGee seems to be struggling in some of the corners. He's a bit leery coming into that last section. You see the back end stepping out a few times as he's swinging around, so he's definitely seems to be struggling for grip here as we look at Stuart Davis just trying to reel him in. That's 2 seconds, so yeah, it's not over here yet, but at the front you've got Alex and Mike. It was a 3-second gap, but now it's back down to almost a second now, so yeah, a lot still to happen here in the closing laps here as we see Stuart trying to reel in his championship rival.
Absolutely, he's really caught him actually, so Stuart Davis does seem to have the pace on the Scotsman, who gets very sideways, and that's the danger though. If you follow in a truck, it's so easy to just run into them when that happens, but you can see Stuart Davis didn't do that this time round, and they both live to fight another day. So we've got 2 battles going on in the closing stages of this race now. You got Alex Brown trying to fend off Mike Gunnin for the win here. If he can just stay there, he'll be very happy with it, but Mike's going to try and do everything he can. Although he'd be quite happy with second place, actually, probably, considering the amount of luck he's had, or lack of it, let's say, in this championship. But if he gets the chance, he will go for that win, won't he? And Luke McGee as well, trying to hold off Stuart for third. So it's anyone's guess what the podium's going to be at the moment, with Matt a little bit further behind there. And Icebreaker is just having a bit of fun by the looks of it at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you see Mike here just looking down the inside, but Alex has got him covered. But yeah, it's a good position for Mike to be in, but he wants to go for that win if he can, because he's still got an outside chance in this championship fight. As you see,
contact, and Stuart's round, and Luther McGee's on the grass there taking a shortcut, and that was Stuart Davis moved to the inside. Luke McGee also moved to the inside to cover it, and neither of them backed down, and that's what happens, and that's the result of it, of course. So that means Luke McGee's still in third, and then the leaders are closing in on the back marker. It's Icebreaker, so we have to see whether Icebreaker gets out of the way or not. Is this the last? I think this might be coming up to the line, actually. Yes, it is, I think. Alex Brown takes the win here, just ahead of Mike Gunnin. Fantastic race by Alex Brown. Much congratulations to him on his return, and Mike Gunnin a very handy second place. Luke McGee just about fends off Stuart Davis, but that was something else. That reminded me of Hamilton Rosberg in Barcelona 2016.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think Stuart just got great speed coming out that corner, and Loopy's been struggling with that the whole race, just getting his tail out, and I think he just moved over a bit late, and by then Stuart was already there, and they had contact, and it got a bit clumsy at the end there. So not the best, but they both come home third and fourth, so not too much damage done, kind of as you were in the championship.
You must have been on the wrong engine mode or something.
Quite possibly.
But still, he gets those points ahead of Stuart, and it could be crucial in the end. So Stuart will probably remember that one if the roles are reversed in the next race. But yeah, Alex Brown, fantastic stuff from him, coming straight back to the championship, just 2/10. Mike had a really strong finish there. He was really pressuring all the way to the end. So let's hope for more of the same, because it'd be great to see Mike get some points and make it a proper 3-way battle for the championship, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And looking at his pace there, he's definitely could be if Loopy and Stuart are finishing down the order again, he could give himself propel himself back in the championship race. He's due a good round after some serious bad luck, so we'll see how he goes the rest of the day. But good start from there with Alex Brown getting the win, and he could also be getting himself among the championship chases if he keeps up that pace.
Yeah, an Icebreaker as well. He was, in fairness to him, he was pretty quick, especially in the opening laps. So let's hope he doesn't throw it off the road this time, and he can certainly be in the mix as well. And so yeah, it's all to play for in race 2 coming up now. Oh, it's raining. Oh, okay, this really throws the cat among the pigeons. And on the grid, Alex Brown starts at pole position, just ahead of Luke McGee. Stuart Davis third, Matt's fourth, Icebreaker now up to the fourth. Mike Gunnins in sixth for this one, so you'll have to hold back and see if everyone runs into each other in the first corner. You'll be hoping it's not him. And Stuart Davis down the inside of Alex Brown. Very brave stuff indeed. What's going to happen here? Alex Brown braves it around the outside, but no, Stuart Davis punts him, and there's Icebreaker as well getting involved in this. Luke McGee and Mike Gunnin as well coming together. Matt's down to sixth now though. He was trying to stay out of it all, but in the end he manages to lose some positions. But look at this now, Mike Gunnin. Oh no, Mike, he's off. Oh dear, Mike Gunner, he's off after such a great result in race 1. I was really hoping he could get some more points to make it interesting in the championship, but this is not the great start he was hoping for. Stuart Davis, though, has got the lead off Alex Brown as they come around halfway around the first lap now. You can see all the cars running wide there. Looks like there's quite a bit of understeer in these slippery conditions. Although we did just come from Mullenbach where it was snowing, so I don't know how that compares. We'll have to go to our expert in a second as they come around to complete the last lap now with Icebreaker in third at the moment, chasing hard. Stuart Davis and Alex Brown, race 1 winner of course there. Lucan McGee's fourth with a little bit of work to do. So Ian, how slippery is this?
Yeah, it's interesting comparison to Mullenbach. It's actually a bit slipperier than there because you've got the kind of faster straights, and then you're coming into tighter corners, and the trucks are getting their tail out. So it's I would say it's just as slippery as Mullenbach out there just now. And as you see, all the trucks getting a bit tail happy, and that opening corner where just everyone seems to be going wide and making contact with each other. So it's very treacherous at the moment. As we see, it's sort of settling down now with Stuart Davis in the lead and Luigi trying to close down Icebreaker. But I see again just how leery the rear is as they come through there, trying to carry as much speed as they can. But yeah, interesting battle here for the kind of top four really is, or Stuart Davis getting a bit of a break there. But yeah, Lupi's closing on Alex Brown now, so it's yeah, all to play for here.
Yeah, of the previous turn before they headed through that tight little bit, it looks like, Alex Brown coming back now, Icebreaker. It looked like Alex Brown had a poor exit, and Icebreaker managed to get him on the straight there with a much better exit. And as they were battling, Lucan McGee's really closed in now, but this has allowed Stewart to open up a 2.5 second gap to this trio battling away here. Things can get tasty between these three, Icebreaker, Alex Brown, Lucan McGee. Alex Brown not so much experienced in these trucks, of course. Icebreaker with it all to do, and Lucan McGee with the championship to think about. And Alex Brown tried to dive around the inside there. That was extremely brave. Oh, very tight stuff going on here. You can see the back end of Lucan McGee's truck, really wondering what was going to happen there with that. And somehow they all get through in one piece. But yeah, unfortunately, there was somebody who didn't get through in one piece in turn 1.
Yep, it's see Alex going really wide there. He's still ahead of Loopy, but yeah, it's very interesting to see these.
Oh, he's off.
Loopy's, bit of contact there from Loopy, and that's Alex just gone off there, so he's recovering there. But yeah,
was that contact, or was that just Alex losing it?
It looked like Loopy was in the down, so there was a wee bit of contact, and then it looks like it's just Alex just gone wide there afterwards. So yeah, just a slight bit of contact, and then on the inside, and then yeah, just Alex going wide. Once you're wide on the grass, it's very slippery out there.
Absolutely, yeah, that grass, I mean, it's certainly no condition to mow it today, is it? But some drivers have already had a go in it. And Icebreaker, now he's got championship leader in his wing mirrors. Is he going to let him through? I very much doubt it. Oh, look at Lucan McGee there. He's got a lot of confidence in this truck. He really just throw it around quite a bit. And are all of these drivers on the steering wheel setup apart from Stewart? I'm not quite sure. Oh no, Alex Brown, I think he's on the controller maybe.
Alex Brown, I think Alex and Stuart are on the controller, but I think the rest are on steering wheels, so definitely does make it a bit easier to flick these trucks around. We've seen Loopy demonstrate there with the wheel setup and just getting it wide, but Icebreaker 2 is Loopy's trying to nudge past him there. They're both kind of lost it there, but yeah, after getting stuck behind him in Barcelona, Loopy won't be too thrilled to see him back. He got a break from him in Mullenbach, but now he's back to wreak havoc on his race day. So this could be an interesting battle again between these two after what went down in Barcelona.
Absolutely, he probably only thinks that truck is just blue. He probably hasn't seen the flames on the front of it yet. He's just looked at the back of it so far. But these two battling has given the chance of Alex Brown closing in here. But quite interestingly, they're still hanging on to Stewart despite all the battling. They're still setting similar lap times. Alex Brown was really on the move the last time round. He's really caught these two and Stewart as well. So it's all closing up nicely. You can see just up ahead there as we ride on board with Alex Brown. You see full lock through there now and stabbing at the steering wheel, trying to get the thing pointed straight to squirt on the power as they go out into the very slippery bit of straight road that leads into the very tight twisty bit. And it's still Lucan McGee behind Icebreaker. Where's the best overtaking place around here, especially in these conditions?
Seems to be into this last corner. That's where Loopy's got the jump on Alex there as he goes for Icebreaker. Oh, bit of contact there, and just sent Icebreaker a bit wide. That's similar to, oh, Icebreaker's round. Oh dear, that's not what we want to see. But it's Loopy and Alex now battling out for the final 2 podium spots. Get with Robin here.
And there'll be some choice words, I think, as Mike Gunnan's off in the background too somehow. There'll be some choice words for Icebreaker there, I reckon. And a little bit of a friendly tap from the Scotsman, and round he went. But Lupin McGee, leader in the championship, is now up into second, and he's got clear sight now to his rival in the championship, Stuart Davis, who's got a 3.7 second lead. And Icebreaker and Mike Gunnan now engage in battle, so it's Icebreaker in 4th, Mike Gunnan in 5th. And Matt isn't too far behind here, actually, in the red machine. You can see, just see in the background there. So hopefully he can get involved. His nemesis, Pixie, isn't racing in this one, is he?
No, he's certainly not tonight. So, but yeah, interesting battle here with Mike and Icebreaker. So getting a good run through here. So, whoa, that's a hard one. And again, oh dear, they're really getting stuck into each other tonight. And they're both wide on the grass here as they get back underway, but that's opened it up a bit, closed. It's Matt in just ahead of Mike now, so yeah, it's still going off at the back here now.
What happened there? Just a little bit too ambitious on the brakes?
It seemed to they were carrying a lot of speed in that first corner, a bit of contact going in, and then coming through they've just touched again and it's knocked each other both wide. So yeah, maybe just a bit carrying a bit too much speed in that first corner, especially in these conditions with the slippery and extra braking distances. So,
but this is now a 3-way fight. Look, you've got Matt there in 5th place, and he's demolishing some of the cones. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's trying to get rid of his position at the moment, but the looks of it, oh, he's taking a shortcut. You don't want to be over there, Matt. That's the green stuff. Get back to the grey bit. It might be a little bit slippery, but it's better than the green bit. And he's on the track now, but he's just trying to find, he's probably asking one of the marshals which direction it is. He's probably a bit disorientated after all that, but he is continuing on his way now. And I don't know if the timing's right. It's showing Mike down in 6th. Is that correct?
Doesn't look right. No, it's showing Matt ahead of Mike, but on the road it's Mike and Icebreaker going at it for 4th and 5th. So yeah, bit of project cars glitching there, but see Luke getting very wide and Alex Brown closing in on him again. So not over between these two yet. Luke needs to keep his championship rails now, but 2 seconds, just about 2 seconds ahead. So he'll be wanting to close out for that second place, but Alex is putting him under pressure here.
Yeah, they're very evenly paced, it has to be said, at this track, the two championship rivals, and but they are making mistakes as well, and this is allowing Alex Brown to stay in the mix, because Alex Brown isn't making so many mistakes. He's become a very smooth driver in these trucks, despite not doing the whole championship. It's a wonder, actually, where he might be in the championship. If he had done all the rounds, he could be certainly well in the mix, so at least there with Mike Gunnan in the championship. And yeah, so he's up in there in 3rd now. He's just got Stuart Davis and Luke McGee ahead of him. Let's see what he can do from this position, because we've only got a couple of laps here to go, and Stuart Davis knows it. He's really pushing hard here to make sure he's got a bit of a buffer, and Alex Brown goes over the track limit slightly there and kicks up some of the brake marker boards. Stuart Davis won't like that. He really relies on those brake marker boards. Sometimes he tells others off, doesn't he, a bit, if in qualifying, if they're taking them out or something. But
yeah, he doesn't like it. With marker boards. No, definitely not. But yeah, it's in these conditions, I don't think they mean much anyway, because we're all over the place. As you see, Alex just get the tail out a bit here. He's coming down here into that corner and then into the straight here. But yeah, it's very, very chaotic. But yeah,
how much practice do these drivers do? Will they have practice in the wet?
I don't think so. I think we were expecting a wet race, so maybe a bit, but it tends to be, because it's so chaotic on the night that no amount of practice prepares you just for the madness. So yeah, it's not always beneficial, because it just depends who's there on the night and who's feeling racy, because as we've seen Alex Brown just after having some time off in the championship coming in, he's right back in there. He's got the first got the opening win, and now he's in amongst the podium pace again, so you just never know.
Yeah, exactly. And famously, as Luke McGee gets sideways again, Alex Brown doesn't practice much, does he? He uses qualifying as practice, so he might do 5 minutes beforehand. So yeah, he is used to getting up to speed quickly too. But yeah, like you're saying, these trucks seem to be quite user friendly. Just jump in, arrive and drive. And all these West Wales karting drivers as well, they're used to arrive and drive too, aren't they? So they're really getting their heads around it quickly. But look at this, Luke McGee now, less than half a second behind Stuart Davis. Is he going to make a move? Oh no, that's the end of the race. Stuart Davis wins. Race 2. I was getting excited ahead of myself there. And Luke McGee finishes second. Alex Brown an excellent third. So 2 podiums out of 2 races for Alex Brown there. Icebreaker in 4th. But it looks like coming around the last corner unless he throws it away now. And Mike Gunning is something wrong. Something's wrong there. We'll have to wait and see. I think Mike Gunning might be ahead of Icebreaker. What do you take away from that, Ian?
Yeah, I think Mike should be ahead, but it can be weird. The track can play weird tricks on you, especially with the amount of contact and some of the lines. So you just never know. As we looked at, it's Mike Gunning's official positions down in 6th. So yeah, bit of a crazy one there. But Stuart Davis getting the win and Luke McGee coming in 2nd. But yeah, good showing there from Alex Brown. Just shows you the arrive and drive and. Without qualifying, he's got no practice at all, so good result from there.
Yeah, absolutely. We really want to see what happens in race 3 here, because it's, in terms of finishing ahead of each other in the races so far, it's Stuart Davis 1, Rupert McGee 1. So 1-1. Who's gonna do it? Best of 3 in this in tonight's racing. So race 3 coming up now, the third 10-minute race. And it's a shame, really, we haven't got Monty MC Momo here, because he's pretty handy in these tracks, and so is Welsh Taff. But anyway, on the grid now, and Delboy. On the grid now, Stuart Davis on pole from Luke McGee, and it looks like Icebreaker's in 4th, Matt's in 4th though. Yeah, Matt's in 4th now, Alex is in 5th. And great start for Stuart Davis, he cuts across in front of his championship rival. A really poor start for Luke McGee, but the looks of it, now he's down behind Icebreaker, down in 3rd there now. That's really not where he wants to be, behind Icebreaker. And Alex Brown now having a go round the outside. Alex Brown, oh, he's lost the back end, I think, slightly there. Is he round completely? I think he is. Yes, he is. He's facing the wrong way. Stuart Davis didn't have a great run out of turn 1 though. Icebreaker's all over the back of him. Luke McGee's in 3rd, and then Mike Gunning in the green machine's in 4th, trying to hunt down the blue machine there of the Scotsman. And then it's Matt in the red car, red truck, and down the inside, Icebreaker. He's very racy in lap 1 here. Down the inside of Stuart Davis, barging wheels, trading paint, and is he through? He's round the outside now. Stuart's got the inside for that one. Oh, he's lost momentum. So this is going to put him under pressure now from Luke McGee as they head down into the last corner. And Icebreaker really is on a mission here in lap 1. He's got his race mind on. And Stuart Davis is going to have to be a little bit careful here, because Icebreaker's pretty much got nothing to lose. He just wants to win here. He's just going to go full beans for it, whatever it takes. Stuart Davis can't afford to do that as they complete lap 1 now. And now this is Luke McGee all over the back. Icebreaker goes defensive as they go into turn 1. Icebreaker's got the inside line. Luke McGee tries to go around the outside, and he brakes very late to stick it around the outside here. Oh, and slight contact. And he just gets pushed out wide there by Icebreaker. Stuart Davis is round. Stuart Davis collects Luke McGee, and he collects Mike Gunning as well. But Luke McGee just about gets away with it. Did Mike Gunning get away with it? I think he did. He's up there in 4th now. He's ahead of Alex Brown. Stuart Davis down to 6th. So 1st and 3rd positions from race 1. Now 5th and 6th. Incredible opening lap here, Ian.
Yeah, disaster there from championship leader. He was just he had a good lead there, and he just came in so much speed and just spun himself round, nearly clipped his championship rival, but Loopy managed to stay in the right direction, as did Mike. But yeah, Stuart Davis having such a good start after Loopy's poor getaway, giving himself all so much to do as he looks to work on a salvage operation here. He's got past Matt, but yeah, it was looking good for him off the start there, and just giving himself a bit of a mountain to climb. But if anyone can, it'll be Stuart Davis. So he's definitely out of this yet. So yeah, interesting to see as he makes his way back through these. We'll look at Mike up into 3rd, chasing down Loopy and Icebreaker ahead.
Yeah, it could have been a case of just looking in his wing mirrors there at Icebreaker a little bit too much, and thinking that, well, I can't afford to make a mistake here, and maybe in the process he made a mistake, and Icebreaker gets up into 1st. So can Luke McGee overtake Icebreaker? That is the huge question here, because Icebreaker, as we know, he's one of the best defenders out there, and he's so unpredictable as well. He is really hard to pass, as we've seen in the past, and Luke McGee knows that. So he's got 2-second gap though as Icebreaker. That'll be handy. Mike Gunning there in 3rd, doing a little bit of lawn mowing and doing a bit of fan favourite stuff, but he gets away with it there, still in 3rd. Alex Brown's really hunting him down now. Alex Brown closing in on Mike Gunning here, but looks of it, he had a much faster lap the last time round. I think Mike might have had an issue at at some point though, or maybe it's when he was collecting Stewart a little bit. And Stewart now down in 5th there, and he's how far is he behind? He's not far behind Alex Brown, so this could be a really nice little battle here, couldn't it?
Sure is. Two seconds on Alex Brown, but Alex has shown good pace here, so it's interesting wee battle here. But Stuart just been going hell for leather to get himself back into this fight. So look at Loopy. If there's one person Loopy didn't want to see, it'd be Icebreaker just ahead of him as he's got a bit of a break on his championship rival. 7-second lead at this point, but Icebreaker's the last man he'll have wanted in front of him, so it'll be interesting to see if he can make his way past. But yeah, Icebreaker's showing good pace again, and he's showing some good pace in these trucks. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy task for Loopy to get ahead here. So interesting battle between here at the front, and look at Mike, not too far behind either, so he's showing good pace here today as well. So yeah, here goes Loopy coming down onto the inside again, go for the inside here, but it's not close enough, and Icebreaker maintains the lead here as we look at Stuart Davis still up into 4th now, so he's just one off the podiums now.
He's out on the inside. Lucan McGee's got the inside on Icebreaker, coming across the line now over to start a new lap, and he had a much better run out of the last corner there. And Icebreaker, is he going to dive down the inside? Lucan McGee will be wise to it, surely. He knows Icebreaker has nothing to lose. He will go for it, and he does have a little look. And I think Lucan McGee left a little bit of margin there in case he did try and come back at him, but I think now he has got the lead. He needs to try and pull away as quick as he can now. I was wondering whether Icebreaker was going to back Lucan McGee into Mike Gunning, because Mike Gunning's not far behind this little battle here. And look how much speed Icebreaker took through that corner. He was slightly over the grass there as well, and he's looking down the inside. Oh, he's going to go for it. This wasn't quite a fully committed move though, and he takes out Lucan McGee. Oh, and Lucan McGee is off in the grass, and now he's down to 2nd. So a very good overtake by Icebreaker, but also a very forceful one. It looked like he wasn't really sure what to do there, and then eventually he decided that he was braked so late he might as well go for a move.
Yeah, he carried so much speed after that from the previous corner. Just seemed to catch Loopy out a bit, and then he's made a bit of contact. But it's quite similar to the move Loopy put on him in the second race. So all's fair in love and war at the end between those two. So yeah, it was a good speed taken through there from Icebreaker, and just snapped straight back after Loopy's passing him in the last lap. But Loopy will be looking to make it stick this time, and it's very wide again, and he'll be a bit worried about Mike, who's closed right in as the two of them are battling.
And all's fair in truck racing too, and Mike Gunning will be hoping he gets some luck paid back here if these two take each other out. And there's some, talking of taking out, some cones or something get taken. Oh, look at Icebreaker, he's all over. There's just debris flying everywhere now, and there's Mike Gunning now up into 2nd ahead of Luke McGee. Incredible. I don't know, he must have had a fantastic launch off the last corner. Oh, and coming together slightly there, and now Mike Gunning. Oh no, Mike Gunning, oh no, and he's off on the grass, and he gets going again. If it has to be anyone, it's him, isn't it? Coming off worse, and not quite sure what happened there. Maybe a little bit of Project Cars 2 physics or something, but he got launched slightly in the air, didn't he? And now he's down to 4th, and he's behind Stuart Davis. So Stuart Davis, he said earlier, Ian, don't count him out, and he's already back up there in 3rd, not far behind these two.
Yeah, Loopy will be looking behind saying, what have I got to do? He's still stuck behind Icebreaker as his championship rival closes back in on him. But yeah, Mike, again, so unlucky there with a bit of Project Cars physics catching him out as he was as he was just coming past Icebreaker. It was the slightest of tap, but it seemed to just spin him right round as we see Loopy trying to get past Icebreaker. But now his championship rival's right behind him as well, so he'll be hating that.
Yeah, nobody can get past this truck. It is the widest Ford F-150 truck ever in the world, I think, probably. Icebreaker's truck there. And he takes so much speed through that corner, and he just pulls away slightly. I think it really is that corner. He's making so much ground. And now look at this. Lucan McGee is desperately trying to defend from Stuart Davis. He's down the inside of Icebreaker, and they collide in now, touching wheels, and over the grass they go. Stuart Davis takes the more conventional route around the actual circuit. But look, Mike Gunning's really back in the mix now, so thankfully for him, he's really back in it. And Alex Brown's not far behind. Look at this, 5 trucks in the same straight with only a couple of laps to go. It's anyone's guess who's going to win this, but Lucan McGee is hoping it's him, because now he's got the lead ahead of Icebreaker. But where is Lucan McGee? Has he gone wide slightly there? Lucan McGee, yes, he's down to 3rd now, and this is Icebreaker back in the lead. But look at Stuart Davis, he's looking very racy on the inside. But this is Lucan McGee now coming on the outside. Those two get tangled slightly together there, Icebreaker and Stuart Davis, and Lucan McGee is trying to go around the outside here of Icebreaker. What's going to happen here is anyone's guess. And Stuart Davis on the grass slightly, and now this is Mike Gunning's chance to get past Stuart down the inside. banging wheels once again. And look, all 4 trucks going for the lead here. There's almost 4 abreast as they go down the straight after turn 1. And there's Mike Gunning in the back. Has he managed to survive that? It looks like he got a little bit sideways. Where's Mike Gunning gone? And it's Lupin McGee leading now ahead of Stuart Davis. Alex Brown's now in 4th. Stuart Davis coming on the inside of Lupin McGee, the 2 championship rivals. Icebreaker has finally been overtaken by a couple of trucks, but don't count him out of this yet. There's still anything to play for.
Yeah, as we see, getting quite physical between the 2 championship leaders and going for the race win here. But it's we've got 4 trucks in the battle for lead. It's incredible as you see Loopy just ahead, but Stuart Davis right behind him. Stuart Davis going for the move here, and he's he's gone wide, but now he can take that tight line as Loopy's forced out wide. It could go wrong from here. As you see, he's still ahead, but Stuart's in the perfect position. Get a run on him here as we go in for closing laps. But yeah, this is the last thing Loopy wanted after having such a good gap to Stuart earlier in the race.
Yeah, Stuart Davis must be loving this, all the way from where he was initially and all the way back now with a chance to win it. And this is the last lap as well, and it's 1-1 between them. There's a lot at stake here. The championship's at stake. Icebreaker and Alex Brown still battling away. Oh, Stuart Davis got a great run here on Lupin McGee, who goes off at the grass, and that's the lead gone. There's Stuart Davis into the lead now, and down the inside goes Icebreaker on Alex Brown in the background. Alex Brown tries a little switch back. Stuart Davis still leading from Lupin McGee. Took a lot of speed through that corner, slightly off the track even, and down the inside goes Alex Brown now, and Lupin McGee's lost the back end slightly there. Did he have a trying to make a move on Stuart Davis? He might have. And Icebreaker and Alex Brown still side by side. It feels like they've been side by side for about 5 laps now, and all 4 of them pretty much. And now this is the last corner. Surely this will be the order now, though. And Stuart Davis leading, but Lupin McGee's trying to go down the inside though. Lupin McGee and Icebreaker on the outside of Alex Brown. There's so many lines you can take around this last corner, and who's going to get to the line is anyone's guess. But I think it's Stuart Davis. Yes, it is. Stuart Davis claims a very chaotic and fantastic win as well after a great comeback drive, just ahead of his championship rival Lupin McGee. Then Alex Brown just pips Icebreaker too, and Mike Gunning, what can you say, in 5th. That was incredible, Ian.
What a final couple of laps. There was any one of 5 trucks there could have ended up in the win there, but it's as you were in race 2, but such a different race. As you see, Stuart Davis, epic drive to get from last back to the lead there. Loopy McGee will be Kirsten's luck there, getting stuck behind Icebreaker again, and another excellent podium from Alex Brown there to finish off the day. But what a final race.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a slow burner initially, but yeah, it really did kick off big style, that did, and Stuart Davis will absolutely take a lot of confidence from that one in the championship. And it was 2-1 in the end for those 3 races to Stuart Davis, but Lupin McGee I think will still be leading. We'll have to wait and see what the points are going to be. This will do Alex Brown wonders for the midfield battle if he can get up in that and maybe mix it with the likes of Monty, MC Momo, Pixie, who aren't present, and Welsh Taff and Delboy as well. Mike Gunning's probably wondering what on earth he has to do.
Yeah, Mike was again super unlucky there with just the Project Car2's physics just not working out for him as he was in a battle for the lead there with Icebreaker, and then just bounced off him. But as we look at the championship, it's Stuart Davis close, Lupin McGee in again, but still goes to the front, and Mike Gunning still in 3rd. So still in touch if he can get some luck, but he's just been so unlucky today, and Icebreaker in 4th.
Yep, it's a great looking championship. You can see Mike Gunning and Icebreaker actually probably closer together than Mike Gunning is to the top 2, so that could be a little battle to watch out for. Matt as well is doing absolutely fantastically there. He's ahead of Pixie now. Where are we going next, Ian? What track is next?
Next up we've got Texas Oval for a bit different. We've got 5 races, 5 minutes each, so something a bit different, but should always be chaotic with these trucks as it always is, so looking forward to that.
Absolutely, I'm very much looking forward to it as well, and waiting to see how these drivers and how these trucks cope on an oval track. So hope you can join us next time, and thanks for watching, and see you there.